with Tim Black. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, folks, my name is Tim Black. Welcome to Coffee with Tim Black. I'm glad you could be here. Thank you for tuning in. We got a couple of stories we want to run through that I think are important news. Thank you for welcoming me back to this, doing my shows. We've been busy. Yesterday, as an announcement, we did a great show. I had a great show with Jared Beck, who's the attorney, the lead attorney for the DNC fraud lawsuit, and Jeff Campbell, who's an activist in Florida. And we were discussing the path forward and if Bernie Sanders deserved our vote. And what about that Democratic Party? So go to my YouTube channel to find that very important, very mature, very reasoned, sensible, but passionate debate on my YouTube channel. Now, for today, all the talk is about the memo. Maybe you've heard about it. There's a memo out there that may undercut the Russia investigation, and it is set to be released any day now. May even happen while I'm doing this broadcast. That's where we are, folks. So if you haven't heard about it, the simple question first off is, what is this memo? All right? The Nunes memo. Okay, so this is how it breaks down. A group of Republicans in the House of Representatives is calling for the public release of a classified 4-page memo. They say it shows a shocking misuse of power by people at the highest levels of the FBI and the Department of Justice in relation to the Trump campaign surveillance. As you may recall, the campaign surveillance is what was used. This FISA memo, this piece of investigative, what they have to do in order to get investigative powers to look into Donald Trump's campaign. They went through a FISA warrant, and what they did to meet the threshold in order to launch that surveillance. That is what's called in question here. Those advocating for the release of the memo, written by California Republican Representative Devin Nunes, have pushed the trending Twitter hashtag Release the Memo for the cause. In addition to other members of Congress, some of the greatest advocates are Donald Trump Jr. and Fox News' Sean Hannity. So that's what the memo is, and we want to move on to what the updates are regarding the memo. Now, in a rare public statement, the FBI said that they had grave concerns about a Republican-crafted memo. So they don't want this memo to come out. They say it will jeopardize national security. They say it's also they're alleging that it's a corrosive abuse of United States surveillance powers by the Justice Department that is expected to be released in the coming days. With regard to the House Intelligence Committee's memorandum, the FBI was provided a limited opportunity to review the memo the day before the committee voted to release it. Intelligence Committee Republicans led by Nunes voted to release that document over the strident objections of committee Democrats, who say it is a cherry-picked set of inaccurate accusations designed to kneecap Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Now, see, where we are now is that President Donald Trump has the power to release the memo. He has 5 days in which to decide, and all evidence points to him releasing the memo. His White House Chief of Staff John Kelly reported yesterday. He indicated that the White House plans to release the memo very soon. He said this, it will be released here pretty quick, I think, and then the whole world can see it, Kelly said during an interview with Fox News Radio. The president wants everyone or everything out so the American people can make up their own minds. Senior Justice Department officials, including Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein and FBI Director Chris Wray, warned Kelly against making the document public in a last-ditch effort just before the Intelligence Committee voted to declassify it. That was reported by the Washington Post on Tuesday. Now, it's important to note we don't know exactly what's in the memo. The precise contents of the memo are not publicly known, but it is believed to contain allegations that the FBI did not adequately explain to a clandestine court, FISA, that some of the information it used in a surveillance warrant application for Trump advisor Carter Page was opposition research funded by the Clinton campaign, known as the Steele dossier, or to a lot of others, it's known as the PP dossier. House conservatives who have seen the Nunes memo have described it as worse than Watergate, hinting that it could put an end to the Mueller investigation, which they have been very vocal critics of the Mueller investigation. Democrats, they put together their own memo, rebutting the Republican memo. But Intelligence Committee Republicans voted down their request to make it public earlier this week. They say the Democratic memo should go through the same steps as the Nunes document, which the full House had a chance to review. So, now you know what the memo is. Now you know there are ramifications. Nancy Pelosi has been tweeting her fingers off about this thing, and so have many other Democrats in leadership who say it's a hazard. It's a hazard to our country, once again, to our national security. It's a horrible thing to put that out there. And, of course, on the other side of the equation, you got people saying, and many GOP members saying that this is good for democracy. We need to know. The people need to know. And now I get to say what I think, right? I think I'd like to see it, right? If you say it jeopardizes national security, well, I'm sure you should redact whatever jeopardizes national security. Whole document shouldn't be redacted. Now, what exactly in it jeopardizes national security, I don't know. But after all of this hoopla, right, for months and months and months and months and months and months about Russian interference, if the actual investigation itself was launched unlawfully, then it's been a big fat waste of time. And the American people who have been subjected to listening to this stuff, we need to know. We need closure. You got to give us some closure here. Come on now. Come on, man. Look, if the Trump administration is breaking up with us, or if the Justice Department, if the deep state is breaking up with us, at least you could do is say, get out of here. I'm done. Pack your stuff and leave. You know, tell me it's over. Tell me it's done. Don't just walk away and I think that you died on the ship, or I don't know if you got kidnapped. Come on, if our democracy has been hijacked, I need to know it. You know? I need to know these things. So I think I speak for some people at least who feel like, hey, man, this thing has gone long enough. I feel the same way about the entire Russia investigation. I'm like Al Pacino in Heat. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. I can't stand tweeting. I can't stand paging. Show me what you got. I'm sitting by the phone waiting for you to call me. That's it on that story. And now we move on. This is so... some of you may know of the story of Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels is a porn star who allegedly, according to some sources, had an affair with Donald Trump. This happened around 2006. Apparently, before the election, he paid off, or his lawyers gave her some money. I don't know if this is true. I don't know. This is what the allegations are. Well, Stormy Daniels recently appeared on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, and now she's a star. But she was already a porn star. But I never seen her. I don't know, but allegedly she was a porn star. Okay, Stormy Daniels deflects Jimmy Kimmel's questions on rumored Trump affair. Now this happened, like I said, a couple days ago on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, and let's see what was said. On Tuesday afternoon, a statement claiming to be from Stormy Daniels emerged and forcefully refuted all allegations of an affair. But on Mr. Kimmel's show, Mr. Clifford. Now, who is Mr. Clifford? Mr. Clifford, Miss Clifford, I'm sorry, it's a miss. Miss Clifford, Stephanie Clifford, the former pornographic film actress known as Stormy Daniels, it's the same person. I don't know anything about her. Stormy Daniels is Clifford, Stephanie Clifford, that's her real name. Right, just after the State of the Union address, she came on. She went on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Perfect timing, right? Perfect timing. Yeah, Trump's up there giving his first State of the Union. You got a porn star who's alleged to have had an affair with him going to Jimmy Kimmel's show. Jesus. And I don't know. I think it's great. I mean, for ratings. Not so much great for people. I mean, who want to take the presidency seriously. Anyway, like I said on Tuesday afternoon, a statement claiming a statement from Stormy Daniels emerged that forcefully refuted the affair. But on Kimmel's show, Ms. Clifford strongly implied that she had not written a denial letter. A lawyer for Mr. Trump had issued a separate letter signed by Ms. Daniels on January 10th denying the affair. The letter was not in question. That letter was not in question here. So she's already denied the affair, but she's still getting her 15 seconds of fame. Mr. Kimmel pointed out that the signature on the more recent statement did not appear to match her autograph on other documents. She agreed, saying, "It doesn't look like my signature." He then asked her where she thought the letter had come from. She says, "I don't know where it came from. It came from the internet." According to a report last month, the Wall Street Journal, Mr. Trump's 2016 campaign team paid Mrs. Clifford $130,000 to sign a non-disclosure agreement about an alleged affair. While she did not explicitly admit to Mr. Kimmel that she had signed such an agreement, she seemed to come close. Okay, so why would they give her $100,000 if there was no affair? Why do they want you to shut up about allegations that are false? Because we know false allegations are grounds for a libel lawsuit, right? So you don't need to make someone sign a piece of paper not to lie. Do tell, Tim Black, do tell. All right. Moving on. In way more important news, San Francisco will wipe thousands of marijuana convictions off the books. Give it up for that. Me likey. San Francisco will retroactively apply California's marijuana legislation laws to past criminal cases. District Attorney George Gascon said Wednesday, expunging or reducing misdemeanor and felony convictions going back decades. Oh, this is amazing. This is even being done in the era of Jeff Sessions. Man. The move will affect thousands of people whose marijuana convictions brand them criminal histories that can hurt chances for finding jobs and obtaining some government benefits. Proposition 64, which state voters passed in November 2016, legalized the recreational use of marijuana in California for those 21 and older and permitted the possession up to 1 ounce of cannabis. The legislation also allows those with past marijuana convictions that would have been lesser crimes or no crime at all under Prop 64 to petition the court to recall or dismiss their cases. Give it up for that. Now, this is what's important, folks. Instead of making an individual have to file their own case or file their own paperwork to get the charges reversed or dropped, Gascon said San Francisco prosecutors will review and wipe out convictions in mass. Oh. Oh, God. Gascon made the announcement at a news conference in which he was joined by city supervisors Malia Cohen and Jeff Sheehy, along with Nicole Elliott, director of the city's Office of Cannabis, Laura Thomas of Drug Policy Alliance Reform Group, and the Reverend Amos Brown, president of the San Francisco chapter of the NAACP. The district attorney said his office will dismiss and seal more than 3,000 misdemeanor marijuana convictions in San Francisco dating back to 1975 and review and resentence thousands of felony marijuana cases. Oh, my goodness. This is good news. I hope that other states follow suit. Other jurisdictions follow suit to do the same. This would be a great. I'm amazed that this is being done in the era of Jeff Sessions. Originally, we were going in the direction of legalizing marijuana. And look, for the record, I never bought into all of the negative talk about marijuana frying your brain. I don't think everyone needs to do marijuana. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you're an adult and you choose to smoke a joint, you shouldn't be more criminalized than someone who chooses to drink a beer, a glass of wine, a shot of tequila. That's just how I look at it. As I told my friends in Portland, Oregon, where it is also legalized, I ain't the one to want to hang out and, come Tim Black, smoke some weed. I'm not the one for that. You think we're going to have fun, and then I'll be like, yo, I need to go to the hospital. Take me to the emergency room. You're like, come on, Tim Black, we were having fun, man. Nah, man, I got an extra arm growing out of my ear or something. I feel strange. See, I'm that guy. So all the fun goes away with me. But have at it. Have at it. Have at it. All right. And also in other important news, I was sent this by, I think it was Adam. Adam sent me this, a member of Team Black, which is my investigative unit. Jeff Bezos and two of his friends just scared the hell out of healthcare costs in stocks. Healthcare stocks came down with a bad case of competition-itis. Shares of leading insurers and drug stores tanked after Amazon, J.P. Morgan Chase, and Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway announced they could enter or would enter the insurance business. Now, they didn't offer any details, but investors swiftly punished traditional healthcare companies anyway because of fears that the new venture could disrupt the industry. Top insurer United Health fell 3%, helping drive a more than 300-point drop in the Dow. Two other big insurers, Cigna and Anthem, dropped more than 5%. Aetna and Humana were each down about 3%. Drugstore giants CVS and Walgreens both declined more than 4%. Pharmacy benefits manager Express Scripts plummeted nearly 7%. Wow, plummeted 70%. All of these entities are taking a big hit just from the mere mention, the announcement of an endeavor that may give competition to that space. This is fucking fantastic. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. I want to see more falling of these big pharma folks who stick us up without a gun. I think our insurance prices are far too high. The United States pays more for insurance and for our pharmaceuticals than any other country, with no indication that we have better pharmaceuticals, because we don't. And we definitely do not have the best health care. So there. Jeff Bezos, you keep this up, you may fall from one of my most despised people on my list to like number 6. Now, and I can't believe this shit news. DMX is locked up for failing another drug test. All right. Come on. Troubled rapper DMX got locked up Tuesday for failing a drug test while awaiting sentencing for dodging $1.7 million in federal taxes. The hip-hop icon tested positive for cocaine, opiates, including Oxycontin. Manhattan federal judge Jeff Rakoff said in court before revoking his $500,000 bond. $500,000 bond. So he was on bond for the tax evasion, and then he got drug tested and he failed. Rakoff also said the party performer failed to bring along a court-ordered mobile drug counselor when he went to St. Louis to perform on January 20th. So he broke conditions of his bond release. He is in effect, said Judge, trust me, that was a great big lie, repeated lies, it turns out, Rakoff said. The court went to extraordinary lengths to accommodate his needs and desires. And he, in effect, said, screw you. No, Rakoff, he did not say screw you. He said, screw you, dog. Get out of my face, dog. You know how we do. All the time. Running it. Huh. Go to hell. This is the X. X, baby, X. That's what he said. Got to put a little funk in it, man. Defense lawyer Murray Richmond said the client, whose real name is Earl Simmons, was doing well until January 16th when his 1-year-old child caught a very serious case of the flu. Richmond said, X fell off the wagon while the boy, the youngest of the 15 kids, with several women, was hospitalized for several days with a 104-degree fever. "15 kids. I had to stop. 15 kids. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. He been giving it to somebody, a lot of people. He got 9 babies mamas and he got 15 kids. Going to jail for X may be actually a great way to relax. Get some reading in. I don't know. I'm going to leave it there. DMX, you were an icon. Many people not only admire your music, but admired your rebel spirit. But when we cross the 40-yard marker of life, sir, it's time to slow it down, lest we won't make 50. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today's Coffee with Tim Black. Thank you for welcoming me back to what we do here. Last night was a great show. Tonight, my guest will be Tamborine Borelli. As you know, this show is not brought to you by any organization, least of all the DNC or the GOP. Most of them can't stand me because I don't co-sign their screwery or their corruption or their lies or propaganda, and I like to focus on issues. So, if you admire this content, desire it, find it of value, please go to my website, timblacktv.com, become a member of this show for as little as $1. It's up to you what you submit to the show, what you give to the show, but believe me, independent media matters, and I like to see you on the next show. So join me tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tamborine Borelli, she's going to talk about her candidacy and what's affecting the people in her district, and we're just going to keep speaking truth to power. I will see you on the next one. Oh, and I have a DVD. A new DVD, which I released when I was in Portland. It's called 99 Problems, but Trump's just one, which also points the sheds a light on the issue that while the media focuses only on Donald Trump, that there are other things affecting your life that matter. I have a trailer about the DVD on YouTube, but that's not the DVD. The DVD is an hour long. So also, I'm going to be in Salt Lake City in another week or so. I have a GoFundMe to raise money to be able to, stay indoors when I get to Salt Lake City and also try to cover the airfare. So please find that on my Facebook page, and I also put that in the description box below. I love you. I'm out. I'll see you on the next one.
Bye, Felicia.